Hello guys, I'm glad to see you here. I hope all of you had an amazing Thanksgiving Day with your family and friends. Yesterday, President Biden called into Mercy Thanksgiving Day parade and said America is back the president. And the First Lady Biden poured into the Today Show to speak a Lord Rocker to give Thanksgiving message to Americans, and he said, "My message is after 2 years, you are back Americans, back Beijing said. There's nothing we unable to overcome. Today, we have several shocking news story that we want to share with you. Why is President Biden saying that he plans on running for the second term in 2024? Does he not realize you will be 82 years old for low willing? He has been telling a few always that he's planned to run again for president. And even then, the way it looks right now, with his approval rating sitting around 42% and still dropping even lower, it doesn't look very promising for President Biden, but from the sentence pool, it looks like former President Trump will easily beat him out now. In other news, we do have the details what is expected to stay in the social spending bill and what is Senate is planning on removing from social spending bill. It might shock you guys, but I will go ahead and share those details with you today. Let's go ahead and read right back into this video quickly. China's claim to fall to the lowest level since 1969. Now, approximately 199,000 Americans filed for initial claims for unemployment insurance last week, which is 71,000 decrease from the week before. Now, the department said that Wednesday it was the lowest level of initial claims since November of 1969, when the claim reached 197,000 people. Now, at the same time last year, unemployment claims were around 700,000 per the Labor Department now. Last year, there were 21 million unemployment insurance claims before Thanksgiving holiday, but today it was 2.4 million now. It's a historic job recovery, which was 5.6 million jobs created since President Biden took office, and unemployment rate to around 4.6%, which is 2 full years earlier than it was predicted. Was even possible according to President Biden now. Today's data reinforces the historic economic progress that we are making and importance of building on that process in the week ahead. So yes guys, this year's some very good news, as it looks like the economy is finally rebounding and getting a bit better each and every day. So yeah, it's great to see this information and that the data numbers are actually going down in the accordance to the jobless claims numbers in this country. But I do have a little bit of sad news guys that I want to share with you, because the Senate Majority Leader, which Chuck Schumer, said that he's mourning the death of his amazing father. Yeah, the Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is mourning the death of his father, who he called an amazing husband, parent, grandparents, and great-grandparents. He said, "My father Abel, which is 98 years old, passed away on Wednesday," Schumer said. In a post on Twitter where he figured the picture of his entire family. Now, he said so many ways, he personal liar in greatest generation. He took whatever was thrown at him, no matter how difficult it was, and he did his job, never even complained about it. He was amazing husband, parent, grandparents, and great-parent, which is what Chuck Schumer had said. He said we love him and we will miss him. And right here, you can see here is the picture that he posts of him and his family as well as his father down below here, the bottom screen. Oh, so yes guys, we want to keep Chuck Schumer and his family all prayer right now as he loses his father, which was 3 months now. Here guys, here is some shock news. That President Biden is intending to run for re-election in the 2021. According to a press secretary now, President Biden intended to run for re-election in 2024, which the White House press secretary confirmed on Monday following the Foley report on discussions among Democrats about whether when he would follow through the bid of the second term now. The secretary said that it is his intention to run for president, which he has been telling advisors and his staff that he plans to run again now. The Washington Post report over the weekend that Biden and his closest advisors have been reducing allies in the Senate state, so that he plans to seek a second term now. That report followed the political piece last week about the positioning among the Democrats who may be interested in running for the president, short a bit to decline to run for re-election. Now, I do find this amusing because President Biden will be like 82 years old in 2024, so he really just needs to go ahead and give up running for re-election in this time frame, because it's probably just old guys, especially with seeing that his approval rating right now are sitting at 42 according to NPR and Maastricht polls. And yes guys, let's face it, this number of his approval rating are actually communicating to keep on going down. So him running for president in 2024, yeah, I just don't see it. But if he does run, it's not like according to another poll, he won't make it. According to this new poll, Trump or the former President Donald Trump will actually beat President Biden if they both ran in the 2024. According to this new poll, according to this new emission college poll, that shows the former President Donald Trump will beat President Biden 45 to 43 with a little bit widely room for 30-party candidates now, with over 10 voters focused on support for everyone else in another Trump-Biden matchup 2024. Could perhaps write a third-party candidate research required 50 support to get on the debate stage. According to emission poll that came out here recently, so yes, it looks like the former President Trump still controls the large percentage of Americans still willing to vote for him in 2024. If he decides to actually run for president, which he has yet to confirm that he will or whether he will not run 2024. But like I said guys, President Biden will be like 82 years old. He needs to just go ahead and give it up and not participate in running for re-election. But tell me guys, what do you think that he should run for election in 2024? Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about some stimulus update news right here. According to this article, we have about 5 things that we are planning on removing from the social spending bill. And this article says 5 things invited $2 trillion spending plan that could get stripped out and the sinners ranging from the tax cuts to pay leave now. The House Democrats passed a $2 billion social spending plan and last Friday morning, advancing the key part of President Joe Biden's Build Back Better agenda, but instead of the showdown in the 50-50 Senate, where the centrist Democratic Senators John McCain of the West Virginia, as well as Kristen Sinema of the Arizona, in influential swing voters who haven't yet given thumb up on the House bill. Senator Democrats want to pass it by Christmas, which is less than 30 days away. And here are 5 provisions that could fall out the House bill in the next few weeks. The first one is 4 weeks of paid parental and medical leave, which is key part of the House bill would set up 4 weeks of paid leave for the new parents to take care of the newborn child, along with sick leave starting in 2024. Now, the U.S. is currently an outlier as only wealthy nation without any nation-paid leave programs for these citizens. And then the next thing on the list is lifting state and local tax deduction to $80,000 now. Group of House Democrats want to raise the total amount of the state and local taxes that people can share after federal taxes to $18,000 from $10,000 now. This program will run through 2013 and expire soon afterwards. Some Senator Democrats, including Michael Bennet of the Colorado and John Stitter of the Montana and Pioneer State of Vermont, are parking things largely benefits wealthy Americans in the highest tax states, like New York or California and New Jersey, and handling them healthy tax break instead of taxpayer penny standards is negotiating to alternate the plan with the eye toward establishing income thresholds. Now, the first thing that they are planning on reducing from this House spending bill is the cap of insulin prices. Another provision as risks is falling out. The Democrats' plan is 35 monthly cap on insulin costs designed to help cut out rising the cost of healthcare and fulfill Democratic campaign promises from the President Biden. And now we are hitting the big form of astrologer's price hikes, and in addition to that, we are democratically lowering the healthcare cost. The House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said at the floor speech on Friday. Now, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer suggested on Sunday that the Senate politicians could be advised Democrats to drop it from the bill. It will if it doesn't comply with the strict bargaining rules. And then fourth thing at risk right now is the Medicare expansion. Bernie Sanders is leading this effort, and he's pushing an expansion of Medicare. So it will provide dental vision and hearing the benefits and track. Schumer is backing this as well. The American people would overwhelmingly demand we expand Medicare to cover potential eyeglasses and hearing aid by Bernie Sanders said in the statement, but it facing the roadblock from the Trump machine, who argue that enlarging Medicare could further burden its finances and render it insolvent within a few years if you are not being fiscally responsible. That is concern right now, according to Trump machine. And then the fifth thing, this efforts getting removed from the social spending bill is in immigration. This is measured within the House bill to provide up to 6.5 million authorized immigrants with the provisional work permit in this country yet, and parliamentarians might write it down and say it doesn't abide with the rules governing reconciliation, which is a party-led process that the Democrats are employing for this piece of legislation of the official array shut down. The two-part Senate Democratic measures and establishing the path up to citizenship for immigration. So guys, these are the top 5 things right now that the Senate is planning on or having removed from social spending bill. Now, if these things are going to get removed, we are going to see whether the Democrats come with other things that we want to include in this bill. So that it's going to be part of a negotiation as far as getting this bill passed. Now, I will say a few of these 5 things right here on this list that I just read you will feel like they actually need to include it in this bill, and then some of them need to just go ahead and push it forward, get included in another future bills going forward. But what do you guys think about these 5 things? And that are planning getting removed from this bill is going to take a little bit longer as far as getting it passed in the Senate. So, and after getting passed in the Senate, well, the twist down the version of it is going to have to get passed back in the houses for their vote to see. If it gets back in house in order for it to be sent off to the president's desk for his signature. But yeah, guys, those are 5 things that are going to be likely removed from this social spending bill. But I will tell you what I do want to have one thing put back into this bill, which is another stimulus check to be provided to American people. Yeah, guys, we have so many people calling for another stimulus check. We have the senior citizen calling for a stimulus check. We have the 18 lawmakers calling for a stimulus check, and we have so many Americans in the country calling for a stimulus check. And then we also have a large petition almost reaching 3 million votes calling stimulus check. So yes, we don't need to put that into this bill, which is highly likely, but as we're seeing with the stimulus check number 2 and stimulus check number 1 and stimulus check number 3, yeah, we saw those stimulus checks were actually added at the very end before it was sent to President for his signature. So we are voting to keep fingers crossed that we are going to do the same thing and include the 4 stimulus check to be included in the social spending bill. Thank you for watching my video.